We're going to dig back into the Word of God. We are reading from the Old Testament in Ecclesiastes chapter 5. I am reading from the 1560 Geneva Bible. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, it is written, Be not rash with thy mouth, nor let thine heart be hasty to utter a thing before God. For God is in the heavens, and thou art on the earth. Therefore let thy words be few. For as a dream cometh by the multitude of business, so the voice of a fool is in the multitude of words. When thou hast vowed a vow to God, defer not to pay it, for he delighteth not in fools. Pay therefore that thou hast vowed. Think about wedding vows. It is better that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay it. Suffer not thy mouth to make thy flesh to sin. Neither say before the Lord that this is ignorance. Wherefore shall God be angry by thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands. For in the multitude of dreams and vanities are also many words. But fear thou God. If in a country thou seest the oppression of the poor, and the defrauding of judgment and justice, be not astonished at that matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. And the abundance of the earth is over all. The king also consisteth by the field that is tilled. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, and he that loveth riches shall be without the fruit thereof. This also is vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good cometh to the owners thereof, but the beholding thereof with their eyes? The sleep of him that travaileth is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the satiety of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. There is an evil sickness that I have seen under the sun, to wit, riches reserved to the owners thereof for their evil. And these riches perish by evil travail or travel, and he begetteth a son, and in his hand is nothing. As he came forth of his mother's belly, he shall return naked to go as he came, and shall bear away nothing of his labor, which he hath caused to pass by his hand. And this also is an evil sickness, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit hath he that he hath travailed for the wind? Also all his days he eateth in darkness, with much grief, and in his sorrow and anger. Behold then, what I have seen good, that it is comely to eat and to drink, and to take pleasure in all his labor, wherein he travaileth under the sun, the whole number of the days of his life, which God giveth him, for this is his portion. Also to every man to whom God hath given riches and treasures, and giveth him power to eat thereof, and to take his part, and to enjoy his labor. This is the gift of God. Surely he will not much remember the days of his life, because God answereth to the joy of his heart. Chapter 6. There is an evil which I saw under the sun, and it is much among men. A man to whom God hath given riches and treasures and honor, and he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that it desireth. But God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a strange man shall eat it up. This is vanity, and this is an evil sickness. If a man begat 100 children, and live many years, and the days of his years be multiplied, and his soul be not satisfied with good things, and he be not buried. I say that an untimely fruit is better than he. For he cometh into vanity and goeth into darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Also, he hath not seen the sun nor known it, therefore this hath more rest than the other. And if he had lived 1,000 years twice told, and had seen no good, shall not all go to one place? All the labor of man is for his mouth, yet the soul is not filled. For what hath the wise man more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth how to walk before the living? The sight of the eye is better than to walk in the lust. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. What is that hath been? The name thereof is now named. And it is known that it is man, and he cannot strive with him that is stronger than he. Chapter 7. Surely there be many that increase vanity. No, I said that wrong. Surely there be many things that increase vanity. And what availeth it man? For who knoweth what is good for man in the life, and in the number of the days of the life of his vanity, seeing he maketh them as a shadow? For who can shew unto man what shall be after him under the sun? A good name is better than a good ointment, and the day of death than the day that one is born. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, because this is the end of all men, and the living shall lay it to his heart. Anger is better than laughter, for by a sad look the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Better it is to hear the rebuke of a wise man than that a man should hear the song of fools. For like the noise of the thorns under the pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the reward destroyeth the heart. The end of a thing is better than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not thou of an hasty spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, why is it that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely of this thing. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and excellent to them that see the sun. For man shall rest in the shadow of wisdom, and in the shadow of silver. But the excellency of the knowledge of wisdom giveth life to the possessors thereof. Behold the work of God, for who can make straight that which he hath made crooked? In the day of wealth be of good comfort, and in the day of affliction consider. God also hath made this contrary to that, to the intent that man should find nothing after him. I have seen all things in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his justice, and there is a wicked man that continueth long in his malice. Be not thou just over much, neither make thyself otherwise. Wherefore shouldest thou be desolate? Be not thou wicked overmuch, neither be thou foolish. Wherefore shouldest thou perish in thy time? That doesn't make sense. Be not thou wicked overmuch, neither be thou foolish. Wherefore shouldest thou perish not in thy time? It is good that thou lay hold on this, but yet withdraw not thine hand from that. For he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. Wisdom shall strengthen the wise man more than 10 mighty princes that are in the city. Surely there is no man just in the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Give not thine heart also to all the words that men speak, lest thou do hear thy servant cursing thee. For oftentimes also thine heart knoweth that thou likewise hast cursed others. All this have I proved by wisdom. I thought I will be wise, but it went far from me. It is far off, that may it be, and it is a profound deepness. Who can find it? I have compassed about, both I and mine heart, to know and to inquire and to search wisdom and reason, and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness of madness. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is as nets and snares, and her hands as bands. He that is good before God shall be delivered from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, saith the preacher, this have I found, seeking one by one to find the count. And yet my soul seeketh, but I find it not. I have found one man of 1,000, a woman among them all have I not found. Only lo, this have I found, that God hath made man righteous, but they have sought many inventions. Chapter 8. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? The wisdom of a man doth make his face to shine, and the strength of his face shall be changed. I advertise thee to take heed to thy mouth of the king, and to the word of the oath of God. Haste not to go forth of his sight, stand not in an evil thing, for he will do whatsoever pleaseth him. Where the word of the king is, there is power, and who shall say unto him, What dost thou? He that keepeth the commandment shall know none evil thing, and the heart of the wise shall know the time and judgment. For to every purpose there is a time and judgment, because the misery of man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? Man is not Lord over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death, nor deliverance in the battle, neither shall wickedness deliver the possessors thereof. All this I have seen, and have given mine heart to every work which is wrought under the sun. And I saw a time that man ruleth over man to his own hurt. And likewise I saw the wicked buried, and they returned, and they came from the holy place, were yet forgotten in the city where they had done right. This also was vanity. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the children of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and God prolongeth his days, yet I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Lord, and do reverence before him. But it shall not be well to the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. He shall be like a shadow, because he feareth not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be righteous men to whom it cometh according to the work of the wicked, and there be wicked men to whom it cometh according to the work of the just. I thought also that this is vanity. And I praise joy, for there is no goodness to man under the sun, save to eat and to drink and to rejoice. For this is adjoined to his labor, the days of his life that God hath given him under the sun. When I applied mine heart to know wisdom, and to behold the business that is done on earth, that neither day nor night the eyes of man take sleep, then I beheld the whole work of God, that man cannot find out the work that is wrought under the sun, for the which man laboureth to seek it, and cannot find it. Yea, and though the wise man think to know it, he cannot find it. Chapter 9. I have surely given mine heart to all this, and to declare all this, that the just and the wise and their works are in the hand of God, and no man knoweth either love or hatred of all that is before them. All things come alike to all, and the same condition is to the just and to the wicked, to the good and to the pure, and to the polluted, and to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. This is evil among all that is done under the sun, that there is one condition to all, and also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their hearts, whiles they live, and after that they go to the dead. Surely whosoever is joined to all the living, there is hope, for it is better to a living dog than to a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know nothing at all, neither have they any more a reward, for their remembrance is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished, and they have no more portion forever in all that is done under the sun. Go, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a cheerful heart, for God now accepteth thy works. At all times let thy garments be white, and let not oil be lacking upon thine head. Rejoice with the wife whom thou hast loved all the days of the life of thy vanity, which God hath given thee under the sun all the days of thy vanity. For this is the portion in the life, and in thy travail wherein thou laborest under the sun. All that thine hand shall find to do, do it with all thy power. For there is neither work, nor invention, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I returned, and I saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor yet bread to the wise, nor also riches to men of understanding, neither yet favor to men of knowledge, but time and chance cometh to them all. For neither doth man know his time, but as the fishes which are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the children of men snared in the evil time, when it falleth upon them suddenly. I have also seen this wisdom under the sun, and it is great unto me. A little city, and a few men in it, and a great king came against it, and compassed it about, and builded forts against it. And there was found therein a poor and wise man, and he delivered the city by his wisdom, but none remembered this poor man. Then said I, better is wisdom than strength. Yet the wisdom of the poor is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise are more heard in quietness than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Better is wisdom than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Excuse me, chapter 10. Dead flies cause to stink and putrefy the ointment of the apothecary. So doth a little folly him that is in estimation for wisdom and for glory. The heart of a wise man is as his right hand, but the heart of a fool is as his left hand. Also when the fool goeth by the way, his heart faileth, and he telleth unto all that he is a fool. And the spirit of him that ruleth rise up against thee. If the spirit of him that ruleth rise up against thee, leave not thy place, for gentleness pacifieth great sinners or sins. There is an evil that I have seen under the sun, as an error that proceedeth from the face of him that ruleth. Folly is set in great excellency, and the rich set in the low place. I have seen servants on horses, and princes walking as servants on the ground. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and he that breaketh the hedge, a serpent shall bite him. He that removeth stones shall hurt himself thereby, and he that cutteth wood shall be in danger thereby. If the iron be blunt, and one hath not whet the edge, he must then put to more strength. But the excellency to direct a thing is wisdom. If the serpent bite when he is not charmed, no better is a babbler. The words of the mouth of a wise man have grace, but the lips of a fool devour himself. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the latter end of his mouth is wicked madness. For the fool multiplieth words, saying, Man knoweth not what shall be, and who can tell him what shall be after him? The labor of the foolish doth weary him, for he knoweth not to go into the city. Woe to thee, O land, when the king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in time, for strength and not for drunkenness. By slothfulness the roof of the house goeth to decay, and by the idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. They prepare bread for laughter, and wine comforteth the living, but silver answereth to all. Curse not the king, no, not in thy thought, neither curse the rich in thy bedchamber. For the fowl of the heaven shall carry the voice, that which hath wings shall declare the matter. Chapter 11. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for after many days thou shalt find it. Give a portion to 7, and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. If the clouds be full, they will pour forth rain upon the earth. And if the tree do fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place that the tree falleth, there it shall be. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not which is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, so thou knowest not the work of God that worketh all. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening let thine hand rest. For thou knowest not whither shall prosper this or that, or whether both shall be a like good. Surely the light is a pleasant thing, and it is a good thing to the eyes to see the sun. Though a man live many years, and in them all he rejoice, yet he shall remember the days of darkness, because they are many. All that cometh is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thine heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth. And walk in the ways of thine heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. But know that all these things God will bring to judgment. Therefore take away grief out of thine heart, and cause evil to depart from thy flesh. For childhood and youth are vanity. Chapter 12. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, whiles the evil days come not, nor the years approach, wherein thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Whiles the sun is not dark, nor the light, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor the clouds return after the rain. When the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they are few, and they wax dark that look out by the windows. And the doors shall be shut without by the base sound of the grinding, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of singing shall be abased. Also they shall be afraid of the high thing, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and concupiscence shall be driven away. Concupiscence, what is that? Concupiscence shall be driven away. For man goeth to the house of his age, and the mourners go about in the street. Whiles the silver cord is not lengthened, nor the golden ewer broken, nor the pitcher broken at the well, nor the wheel broken at the cistern. And dust returned to the earth as it was, and the spirit returned to God that gave it. Vanities of vanities, saith the preacher, all is vanity. And the more wise the preacher was, the more he taught the people knowledge, and caused them to hear, and searched forth, and prepared many parables. The preacher sought to find out pleasant words, and in upright writing, even the words of truth. The words of the wise are like goads, and like nails fastened by the masters of the assemblies, which are given by one pastor. And of other things besides these, my son, take thou heed, for there is none end in making many books, and much reading is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the end of all. Fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or evil. And that completes the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm not positive, but I think next time we will go to the book of Psalms and read that. We shall see. We shall see. But until next time, brothers and sisters, keep your eyes on Jesus and your nose in the book, which is the Word of God. And let us embed the Word of God upon the tablets of our hearts, so you and I will not sin against God or be deceived. Have a great day.